Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is well. And this is the Amateur Footballer Unhinged show. And I'm trying to find the intro. Help. Yes, I got it. Hey, hope everyone is well. My name is Tabrice, the host of this channel. I have Barry and Laura beside me. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're all right.
Doing all right.
Good stuff. So before anything else, I just want to get some housekeeping done. If you haven't done it already, please vote for me for on the Football Content Awards. The deadline I've literally found out is tonight at 12 a.m.
Oh
So
my goodness.
yes, so please, if anyone's out there, and sorry, I'm going to be doing shameless plugs throughout this whole show. Please vote for me on the Football Content Award, and then you can kind of go to the website. Once you're on the website, go to the best non-league, a channel devoted and focusing on non-league football. Go all the way down and go to creators, and then just click on the amateur football tab and go all the way down and vote. So please, so tonight's the night. So let's just say right now, we've had a lot of laughter behind the scenes. And at this present moment in time, our special guest, Mike Randall, not Mike Walker.
No.
I'm actually guessing that it's probably on a big multi-billion-pound deal because he's not answered any of our calls right now.
No.
So at this present moment, I wasn't gonna say we are at a loose end because we don't do loose ends around here. So hopefully he will literally come on. We are still waiting for Coach Barry to come on. I know that he is busy with independent stuff. We've got Jamal coming on at 9 o'clock to talk about the London Cup Vets competition that the amateur footballer will be sponsoring. So let me just first of all apologize to anyone that's really looking forward to Mike Randall, the agent, coming on. But you know what? Why have one person when you've got three? Come on, you this is literally what we do. We like love going live. Get your questions in. Ask us anything. Myself, Laura, or Barry. Ask us anything. But hey, you know what? Let's just go straight into it. Laura, how has your day been?
My day? Really? It's just I've been watching the football and doing stuff around the house. Really rock and roll. That's it. Sunday. Chilling.
And your team, West Ham.
Moving on. Your team, Liverpool. Yay! And Barry G, Palace. Yeah. And you, Barry. Everyone. Not me.
Oh dear. And
I told you this was going to happen, didn't I?
Well, you know what? A point is still a point. You haven't lost.
Yeah, but we didn't win the last game either, did we?
Yeah, but you was away from home, so a point away from home is good.
Is it?
It is.
Good.
You know, if you draw your away games and win your home games, then you win the league.
This is true.
It's true.
I'm still not happy. But thank you.
Oh,
trying to cheer me up.
Yes. And Barry, how's your weekend been?
Not bad. Busy with the boy playing football, JPL. But we had a good. We've had 3 wins this weekend. Wimbledon, JPL, and his Sunday League team won today as well. And I took the cakes round, the ones I finished making at 2 o'clock in the morning to brace those ones. I took them to the lads because it was his birthday. So I did that. It's been a good weekend. A 4-3 win for Wimbledon away at Morecambe. Can't be even better, can it, really? Well,
and I want to send out a belated happy birthday to your little boy as well. Again, honestly, like he's an absolute diamond, and he literally put me in my place. Like literally, he taught me a few things about football that I didn't know. So again, thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
So, hey, you know what? We are still waiting for Mike Randall, football agent, to come on to the show. But at this present moment, let's just talk about the results over the weekend. And let's kind of start with the Cristiano Ronaldo effect. Barry, we've kind of briefly spoke about this. I mean, what did you think about his performance yesterday?
Oh, he had a good performance, but we all thought that he would score. We all thought that he'd raise the bar at Man United. We all thought that he had a really good game. So did Fernandes as well. I mean, they both played really well. My only concern with him is, I know he's super fit, and we discussed this earlier, didn't we, about DNA and all that sorts of stuff. Can they keep him fit? Can he stay fit? And will he always play the 90 minutes? That's my only concern with him. But if they can keep him fit all the time, which he generally does, it's very rare that he's injured, and keep him off the 90 minutes, they've got a good chance. It's just, I didn't think they would play him for 90, but he obviously did. So fair play to him. Yeah. But yeah, he had a good game.
He had a point to prove, though. Do you think he said, "Keep me on"? Because the eyes were on him, weren't they, yesterday?
You never know what's in players' contracts, do you? You never know he's been asked to play him for so long. You don't know whether he wants to play for so long or whether it's just a choice. You never really fully know. But I don't know. He's 36. He's 36, very fit. You know, he's probably as fit as any 25, 26-year-old anyway. So it's not like it's going to be down to fitness. But it's just if they can keep him fit, because he's obviously he's once you get older, you can't. There's no turning the clock back. You can't stop it. It's actually how long. I mean, how long they can keep him fit is the issue. But if they can, they've got a great chance, haven't they? So with him behind them, the momentum.
I wonder how long he will keep going for.
That's a good question.
What's the oldest player that's ever been in Premier League? I'm not sure.
I think it's Teddy Sheringham.
Really?
42? 43?
Really?
But it's usually keepers, isn't it? It's usually goalkeepers.
Oh, yeah, sorry, it's keepers, isn't it?
Usually, because they haven't got have to move and run around as much, do they?
No.
They've got to do what do you call it? Instinctive reactions and stuff like that. They haven't got to use their aerobolics capacity, so they tend to last a little bit longer than outfield players.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ronaldo's motivation is I don't think it's money. I think it's records more.
It's not money.
It's not money.
No.
He don't need it now, does he?
No, I don't need it now. No.
He could play for free. Let's be honest. He really could. He's.
I mean, 100%. Oh, hey, we have someone from overseas. Hello from Atlanta. Is it
Atlanta? Yeah.
Hey.
Wow.
Wow. We are now.
Is it there?
We are now international. Thank you for tuning in. I mean, I think for like me, Ronaldo scored two decent goals. Newcastle didn't really do that well in terms of defending. But they did have chances. I think.
I bet they thought, thanks.
Yeah.
100%.
When he came back and it was all over the news, I bet they thought, great.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
And we're away as well. I felt sorry for him, really.
100%. 100%. We'll have another comment, and this is from #girls_14s. Hope you guys are well. Hey guys, hope you are well. Can I ask your opinion on the way? Sorry,
best
on
way
the
for
best way
for
grassroots footballs to get sponsorships for kits. Barry,
that's a good question. Actually.
Yeah, that's a very very good question. Barry, I'll let you answer this one if you wouldn't answer, but have your opinion.
It's not easy, is it? To get sponsorship. I've been chatting with Wimbledon as well about their sponsorship, and it's not the easiest thing in the world at all. But hashtag, I've got such a great name. I would be so very surprised if they struggle to get sponsorship, which they obviously might be. I don't know if they are, but But I think one of the better ways is, Fabrice will know this, got these guys at TSBC. They would definitely help you out. The Sports Business Club. They've got contacts all over the business world who help clubs get sponsorship, kit sponsorship, all that sorts of things. And that's one of the better ways I would have thought. Trying down that road.
Yeah.
Other than obviously advertising it yourself or in the network that I run, you can try it in there.
Yeah. So hashtag girls under 14s, please contact either Laura, myself, or Barry. Barry is the owner of a network called the Ultimate Football Network. Actually, Barry, can you just explain to anyone out there that's listening what the Ultimate Football Network is?
Basically, the Ultimate Football Network connects the people in football together, so they can network, basically. So if you're a scout, you can connect to another scout potentially in another country, depending if they're in the group. And if you're a manager or coach, you can do the same thing. Players, agents, chairman. It stretches from top to bottom. We've also got, say, a new amateur football network now running, so that covers all grassroots and anyone playing Saturday or Sunday football. We've also got a sports media network as well, so that covers all sports media involved in sport. So yeah, basically the networks just to help connect people together, and we've had a lot of success with people getting jobs through the network with clubs. So if you're interested in football or sport, then join up and see what it's like, see what it's about, really.
So anyone out there, please go on Twitter and find Ultimate Sports Network, Ultimate Football Network. DM either myself, Laura, or Barry, and we will literally get you all of the information that you guys need regarding sponsorship and partnerships. Again, like the ladies' game is now, it's kind of now at that kind of bubbling hot liquid spot. Everyone is now talking about it. Like women's sport, of course, with Emma winning the US Open, that's absolutely amazing. So literally
fantastic,
absolutely amazing.
She's got to win Sports Personality of the Year for that.
She has to. She has to.
Did you watch it, T?
I literally watched it. I watched some of it, but I mean, I knew that she won because I read it in the paper.
I loved it. I watched every minute. Honestly, yeah, it's great.
Absolutely amazing. So like for the hashtag girls team, you guys are in the prime position to literally talk about your team, to talk about your sport. I know that there's businesses out there that there are certain enterprises that would literally love to be involved in women's sport. And and of course, the more active you are on social media, the more you put your faces out there, and of course, because you're an under 14s team, so of course there's got to be parental consent. It's kind of, you've got to make sure that everyone is included, not just the players, but the parents, the backroom staff, can literally make it into hashtag is a brand. So so just kind of make sure that you've got that in place, and then honestly, businesses and sponsors will literally come flooding. But you know what? There's nothing wrong asking. You have to go and ask. You can't assume things are going to happen. Go out there, ask, and also be very transparent in terms of what you can offer them as well, because people are not going to give you money just to give you it. Ask in terms of what they want in return. Trust me, you will get sponsorship for kits 100%. That's a given. Laura, have you got anything?
I was just looking, actually. I've just gone onto their Twitter page, and their hashtag United FC Women today played Stevenage, and they won hashtag 7-0. They won 7-0. Can you believe that? That's amazing, isn't it? I'm just looking at it now. I'm just being nosy.
See, you know what hashtag? We have people who are on the pulse. We have people who are on the pulse that literally look at things live.
You should have put one of them things, breaking news across the bottom. Roving reporter. Yeah, see?
Oh dear.
7-0, blimey. That's
and
amazing.
Then we have another question from is it happiness to Joe's as well from Atlanta. How like does the grassroots structure work for you guys? Are you guys regional? So yes, yeah. So so actually because this is an online thing. So of course we are all in like different areas of the UK. I'm like based in Southeast London, and within Southeast London, there's kind of different FA counties with like different leagues. So I say like the leagues that I know quite well will be the Southern Sunday that covers certain parts of Southeast. There's a Croydon League, there's a Kent as well. So there's so many different grassroots leagues that play on different days, Saturdays, afternoon, Sundays. So with the Southern Sunday, they have over 120 teams. That's covered over, is it 10 or 12 divisions? So, wow. Grassroots football is, it's literally just a hotbed of absolute pure talent. The ability is actually getting better. Now people are recording their games. So, there's like now that type of aspect to it. There's YouTube teams now that have been formed. And literally those that teams are now beginning to go into their own leagues. There's again sports, there's kind of sponsors, there's kind of partnerships now. There's literally money to be made. Puma, Nike, Adidas, they are now out there looking for the next big thing at grassroots level. So we can also pay to play, and it can range from, and sorry, I'm probably talking in, well, I'll be talking in pounds, anything between 60 to 100 pounds to register yourself to a club. There's the affiliation costs, pitch costs, but of course the management structure will actually deal with. It's it's a kind of growing sport. I mean, I feared for the game in the first lockdown, 100%. But again, with the appetite and with the passion, and again with a lot of people behind the scenes wanting to push grassroots forward, and now the momentum is now here. It's only going to grow. It's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get better. You will see great players. You will see great production from a lot of these YouTube teams that you'd think, they were directed by, flipping George Lucas. Absolutely amazing. So it's only going to grow, and I can't wait for like the season to really start moving forward. Barry, Laura, anything to add?
The FA Cup second round starts next weekend. That's good. And obviously do they throw like 16 million at that? And then every game they win, I think the next round, if they win like 3.5 for their team. And if they lose, they win 1,700. And it's just brilliant, isn't it? I just love the FA Cup. I think so. I'm looking forward to that. And Erith and Belvedere have got Charlton Athletic playing at their ground sometime this month, but I can't find the date. So they've really been pushing. I'm saying they're pushing it. I can't find it now, but that's going to bring in good revenue for them as well, because it's Charlton Athletic, isn't it? So I love things like that where it all connects together. The little underdogs and the big teams. It's just exciting, isn't it? I love that.
100%. And and again, that's the kind of bloodline for a lot of the so-called smaller clubs, isn't it? Like the kind of FA Cup rounds and like getting the revenue.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So literally, so Wimbledon are in? Is it the first rounds?
We're in League One, so we'll be in. I think we're on League. I think we'll be in round one. I think. Yeah, sure we are. No, maybe round 2 actually.
Round 2. And
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
And a good cup run for Wimbledon is like would literally help a lot, right?
Well, yeah. So we generally basically look at finances and look at it that we're always going to go out in the first round. So anything over the first round is good for us. We don't ever bank on, some people bank on getting to round 3, don't they? Round 4. No, we bank on going out the first round. So we don't ever overestimate what we going to get in financially. So that way, anything we do get is a bonus.
Okay, oh, cool. And I've got a lot of messages from happiness from Joe talking about like the league in Atlanta. So here in Atlanta, we have an organized league called Soccer in the Streets that he's just started in. And hey, I mean, again, I think actually have like any of you guys seen a lot of this kind of caged football? What do you guys think of that?
I haven't.
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. It's a different. I mean, a lot of the young kids that are in the Premier League now, the young guys, they started off playing in Tottenham and Arsenal, around those areas in cages. That's where it's all.
So you mean like a court in the residential area, like how they would play basketball and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Must make a faster game.
Yeah.
Like squash is inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it must make it quicker.
It's quicker, it's dirtier, you know. It doesn't matter how old you
are.
are.
It's fall over.
Yeah, I mean, literally, if you're in a cage, you know, I've like played cage football. You have to be, you know, whatever goes within reason, you know. Within, you know.
Oh my God.
But you know, again, you know, like it really toughens you up, because you're like, you know, in there with like true, not hard nuts, but honestly, people don't care about your age in there. Like I know I was like kicking up kids in there that were 16, 15, 16. But you know, all's fair in that cage.
Oh my God.
All's fair in that cage.
Well, it's nasty.
And Owen Williams
Cage
love
rage.
a bit of cage rage. 100%.
Hello, Owen.
100%.
I don't know what to say to that comment.
And hashtag girls.
Oh, really?
See?
Yeah.
Wow,
Cages is where Bolden was produced. Yeah, because you know, again, you know, it's literally all about close control. And again, you know, that's literally where all of your peers would literally be around the fence, and people would want to see tricks as well. You know, it's all about it's not even about goals. It's just about, can I make another person look stupid?
This sounds terrifying.
I've seen those videos. I've seen those videos.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to experience this.
It's a bit like futsal in that.
I was going to say that. Could you do that?
It is a bit like it, but futsal has a bit where they haven't got the boarding, whereas in the cage football you've got the boarding as well, and you're playing outdoors, whereas futsal is normally indoors. So there's a slight difference there, but it does bring on your close ball control, your skills. You've got to be able to think quickly. It makes you do it.
You can't just kick it out, can you?
No, see, on a football pitch, you've got those options to do that, and sometimes you've got a bit more time. Whereas in those games, you haven't got time. There isn't time. You make the decision there and then, and that's it. Others are on top of you. And it's a bit like futsal as well. That you've got to make those decisions quickly, and it makes you do that. So they're really good for that. And you can tell the people that have played it, because they're very good in tight areas.
Yeah, 100%. So there was like even a game, sports, that called FIFA Streets.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a kind of big thing, and I think it's only going to get bigger. 100%. So Laura, like you've been going to a lot of the charity games, and I would kind of look to kind of get your perspective in terms of how charity games have evolved, and you know what you kind of like to see more teams doing regarding for like charities.
Well, obviously the last one was brilliant, but a lot of that I think was down to the organising of the two teams. You know, the managers of the two sides, the promoting, explaining what it was all about, advertising what's going to be there. If I hadn't have seen that, I wouldn't have bothered going. But because there were all the advertising, and I knew it was quite family orientated, and it's a new area of London I don't venture to very much, and you don't know what to expect. But it was brilliant. It was so good. It was such a good day, such a feel-good factor. And there's feedback that people have had has been really good, and it's snowballed onto other ideas. People have said they want to do it every bank holiday. You know, you get to meet people. You met people, and you got to play, and it just ticked all the boxes, didn't it? It really did. And I know there's another game on Saturday, but it's not on the same level. It's just to raise awareness, which at the end of the day, yeah, we want, and to raise a little bit of money. People just dig in their pockets, you know, but awareness is so important when it comes to, it's for Male Cancer Awareness Month. And, you know, I know guys that have had things and ignored it and then told it's bad news, but said, can you postpone my op? I've got a match on Saturday. And you think, oh my God, you know, but thank God they're okay. But yeah, guys need to be aware, and they just get embarrassed about talking about things like that, which I completely understand. I really do. But so yeah, that's at the Charcoal again on Saturday. I think they've got a couple of players that may have been affected recently as well. And so it's kind of quite close to home, and they're going to wear a different colour kit. And yeah, you guys need to, what is it? Check yourselves. Don't wreck yourselves. That's it, you know. So, and I love charity matches. I think they're brilliant because it's something to talk about as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
As well as the football, which we're all there for. But
it's true. And you know, again, that was the first charity game that I was involved with, and when like James asked me at first, I was blown away to even be invited, and playing was one thing, but again, you know, it wasn't really the result that mattered. It was, you know, it was the stories behind each and every player, and I did a video about it afterwards, which is on the channel. And I got really emotional about it. I'm kind of getting emotional now just thinking about it. But I mean, again, it was you know, it was just something that it was just so, I don't want to say heartwarming, because like it's not heartwarming, because you don't want to,
humbling, wasn't it?
It's like it's humbling. And what someone said to me is like, you don't want to be playing for our team because it's a club that no one wants to play for. And literally that really kind of, you know, that really hurt
that is
me.
A statement, isn't it? Because I didn't think of that at all, did you?
I didn't think of it.
I just thought they're all together because they're guys and they find it difficult to talk about that. But to say that puts a whole spin on it, doesn't it, really?
Completely. It's a club that no one wants to join. And I looked, I'm like, 100%. You know, hopefully I'll be doing a lot more charity games. It's, you know, like it's something that I didn't think I would be involved in. And you know, it was great just to be part of that. And yeah, we should be doing a lot more. You know, and again, sometimes it's just not about raising or like raising money or whatnot. It's just bringing awareness. It's, you know, if, you know, like if someone checks themselves, if like someone, you know,
just something you're not sure of,
100%,
see your doctor,
100%.
You know, that's what they're there for at the end of the day, to tell you what you need to do next. And
100%.
You know, most of the time it's nothing, but at least you know. And then if it is, and you catch it early, that's the key to survival, is catching it early. And then, you know, that's it. Then you get on with the rest of your life and do things like this.
Hashtag Girls Are Coming. Charity game was so special. We had a fellow coach who passed away, so we arranged a charity game. That's literally amazing. And again, it's just so important. And again, it's very, very humbling that, you know, to know that football can bring people together. You know, I think you know, like a lot of people look at the elite game and think, oh, you know, this is like beyond me. I can't resonate with like certain people or certain teams. football is the universal language. It is, it brings people together, and to
all sorts of things,
and
that's quite a nice thing. It's recognition of that person's family and friends as well. It kind of keeps the spirit alive a bit, and it's a nice thing, isn't it, as well? I don't know if you saw the Leeds player was holding up that T-shirt today,
Sarah,
and her family were in the crowd in the seats, weren't they? And you could tell it meant a lot to them. And
thank you to #girls with your engagement. It was a very emotional day with the coach's brother scoring the winning goal, and we raised all
that's amazing.
So that's honestly
amazing.
That is amazing. That's amazing.
Well done.
Hey,
that's brilliant.
Laura, Owen Williams said, if Laura's free, you should ask her to come along.
Yes.
On the 8th of October.
Owen's still on the show. Get Owen on the show, T. What is he hiding for?
I know.
Where is he?
Owen. Hold on. Wait there.
Wow.
You'll see him in a minute, Laura. Get him on.
Owen, I am literally going to send you a link. Please feel free to add yourself to the studio. As I'm sorry.
That's another cancer awareness month, isn't it? Pink one.
Yes.
So
as I'm trying to find the studio link, what do you guys think about the Chelsea result?
Oh God, hang on. You threw that in the mix.
1, 2.
The Chelsea. Oh,
I think that one is it 3-1 or was it 3-0? Sorry,
3-0.
Yeah, Lukaku scoring 2.
Oh yes. God, yeah. Don't get Mo on, please. Yeah.
What?
Actually, yeah. Get him on. Where is he?
Where is he actually? Where is he? It's so true. I mean,
he should be on.
I know.
He's fit. See.
Listen, you know what? Like Chelsea do look like the real deal.
They look unbelievable, don't they? He
what do you think now? Ronaldo's back though.
I still think Chelsea are stronger than Man United.
Liverpool did really well today, so I think. Yeah,
but
I think they did.
Leeds do everything really fast, really quick. They do all the midfield great and front, from the keeper to the midfield. But when it comes to the front attacking, no. Bamford, for me, isn't a Premier League player.
What do you think of him in the England team?
He's Championship. He's Championship. He's not. You look at. Did you see? Do anyone watch him today? I mean, watch Bamford today. I mean, he's touched
a little bit.
Oh, come on! I mean, he's not there.
He got a bit of criticism for the England game as well, though, didn't he, Barry?
Yeah, but I don't.
Was his first?
I don't rate him, to be honest.
Why is he there?
Leeds need a decent striker. Leeds need a decent striker, and it isn't Bamford, I'm afraid. If they had a decent striker, they would be top 8.
Do you know what? I think Harry Potter, every time I see his face, he looks like Daniel Radcliffe.
They finished 9th, didn't they, last season?
So you've got me on for the. I hope he's not watching. Sorry.
You can see you now.
I mean, yeah.
Bamford fans, I'm really sorry. Sometimes my mouth moves before my brain engages.
You know what, Barry? I totally agree with you. He's at best a 20-goal Championship striker.
Yeah, he is.
So you're not impressed then?
No.
Where do you think he should be then? What team do you think he should be?
Championship.
Yeah, but I keep saying Championship. Where would you stick him?
Yeah, I mean, Leeds suit how he plays. Like he could never go to another top 10 team and do exactly what he's doing, because Leeds play with such aggression and it's all gun ho. You will either win 6-0 or you'll lose 6-0. It's as simple as that. And
all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. Literally all or nothing. Hey, look who's joined.
Oh,
Owen!
Evening.
How
I'm
you
gonna
doing,
get
Owen?
food now.
Yeah, good.
I like him. I like him.
Owen's in the house.
We have Owen. How you doing, sir?
Good, thanks. Yeah, I thought.
Oh, Herne Bay, you're at the top of the league, aren't you? Herne Bay, or have I got that wrong? Of A League?
Well, Herne Bay, the first team are.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
part
that
of the
today.
vets team. Yeah, part of the vets team. We are. Well, we haven't even played a league game yet because they've been cancelled. So, no, not we're not yet top. We will be though. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We will be. We're
I
the
like
team
that.
to beat. But yeah, I was trying to multitask, but I'm not actually doing that much tonight. So I thought, okay, I can't ignore the invite. I'm on.
Yeah.
Thank you. And could you kind of talk about what's actually going on the 8th of October?
Okay, so the 8th of October is a game down at AFC Totton between a Southampton Legends team and a team from the Sports Business Club. So the organisation Barry mentioned earlier, which I'm a member of. Barry, you are. Tabriz, you're obviously connected. You're coming down as well, Tabriz, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes.
I can't actually remember the charity it's for, though. Annoying. I'm not organising it, though. I'm just playing. I will find out.
Oh, that's so the kind of thing I would do.
But yeah, it's for a charity, of course. Oh man, I've got to go through all these messages now. Here we go. I'm trying to find out.
We put you right on the spot.
You have, yeah.
It's good. This is breaking news again, Tabriz. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Live.
You need to get a thing.
Yeah. Barry, do you not know?
Oh, Barry, come on.
I'll tell you what, in fact, I'm going to dig out because it went out on LinkedIn the other day and I know that I was planning on posting it. So now, here we go. What's this we've got here? Right, it's at the Snow Stadium, Saints Legends, charity match. Here we go. Oh, right. Okay. So it's actually, there's not been, that's right. That's why I couldn't remember it. There's not been a nominated specific charity because of the concept of the Sports Business Club. So I suppose if it's
you
right.
You can choose anybody.
Well, the Sports Business Club, as Barry was alluding to, suggesting to the girls' team to get in touch with them, it's a business networking group, but their major mission is to support grassroots sports. That's not just football, although obviously football is one of the predominant sports. And one of the missions is to help make entry and participation in all grassroots sports free for everybody. Now, you tell some people that, they scoff at it, say that's a ridiculous mission, pie in the sky. It is a big ask. Sure, it is a big ask. Nothing's impossible, huh? And what's wrong with, trying to work towards that aim? Nonetheless, in the meantime, they're raising money. So as a member, when I joined up, and I joined up from a business networking perspective, but hearing the mission, I get to allocate a portion of my annual membership, and I get to choose which grassroots clubs that goes to.
Wow.
So first year, I gave it to a particular club, and I had my reasons for that. For my renewal, which is about to happen in October, for next year's membership, I'm going to choose another club. And each member gets to do that. So, really helping them feel like they're helping contribute towards something that's actually really meaningful to them. And then, the major mission of the group is just to continue supporting grassroots organisations and charities. So the game is just raising funds, which are going to go into that pot.
Amazing.
That sounds incredible, doesn't it? It really does.
Amazing.
So when is this? The 8th of October, and it's at Southampton?
No, AFC Totton.
Oh, sorry, you did say.
Near Southampton.
So, it's in that area. Yeah, it's in that area. And they're selling, obviously, tickets to go and watch it in person. We're going to be live streaming it as well. So Barry and I, along with a few other guys, have set up a company. It's in its infancy. We're still really trying to work out and where we're going with it. But essentially, for the purpose of this game, we're going to be live streaming it. So those who can't make it to the grounds for whatever reason, they can still contribute towards the cause by paying to access the game through a live stream.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Like, guys, you've heard it here first.
Listening to this, do you know that? I want to go so badly now. That's amazing.
I'm telling you guys,
amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. And I'm telling you, like, grassroots football with like people like yourself, Owen, Barry, and Laura, literally just make it just makes everything more accessible. And you know what? It's just exciting times. It's literally exciting times for like grassroots football. And again, from the little leagues all the way up to like the vets, and there's opportunities for everyone, no matter what level you participate in. Absolutely amazing.
Do you think this has been a recent progression, or has it been like on a bit of an upward trend for a while? Do you think lockdowns had something to do with it? People have just been so wanting to get out again and get back together again. And I don't know. The lockdown reignited my love for football. 100%. I couldn't wait for it all to come back. But
it's one of those things, is that when it's taken away from you, it then makes you really maybe appreciate something you might have just taken for granted.
Yeah, definitely.
One time where we're like, right, we're just playing football, playing sports, and then that was it, Yeah. So yeah, that in my opinion, that could well be another one. I think it's the height of activity after has come from a lot of clubs just out of necessity. A lot of clubs they need to do a lot more than what they were doing previously because they need to recover. And so if they were just to sit there trying to operate in the same way they were doing before, they're going to fail and they won't get around. And so they've needed to all up their games in terms of growing awareness, trying to fundraise. Again, this ties in with the Sports Business Club. So that could, in my opinion, that sounds logical. Yeah.
Amazing. And I know that you was on the show a few weeks back regarding vets football. It was kind of heated, but very enjoyable. How has vets football changed in like your eyes?
So I've now been playing vets football. This will be my 5th season, and in that relatively short space of time, the amount of teams has just grown all over the country. That's a fact. The quality, particularly in my area, has significantly improved. When I first joined,
bye hashtag. Sorry.
Yeah, we're still in. Bye.
The team I played for when I first joined, they weren't actually competing in the league. They were just playing friendlies against all of the teams because they play every fortnight. But there'll be one team every fortnight who didn't play. So our team would play that one in friendlies each time, and we were just smashing everybody. And that was without even half as good as teams we have now. So we entered the league, and it's just escalated from there. The caliber's grown. Our team has got significantly better each season. Other teams have been doing so, but not at the same pace. And it's actually the division now is really starting to show, so much so that, Laura, that point I made to you before about our game being cancelled, we were meant to have our first league game last week against the team who gave us probably the biggest challenges last year. They didn't beat us, but they gave us a good game. And 8 o'clock in the morning at the 10:30 kickoff, they messaged saying, can't do it. We've had X amount of players overnight become ill or become injured. You're like, okay, you've got to try and take people at the word, but at the same time, you're thinking, come on, guys. So
they were scared. They were scared.
No, that's that. It seems plausible. The team we were meant to be
plausible. It's not plausible. Come on.
Yeah. I'm trying to be nice to them.
Being a politician.
Yeah. But then the team we were meant to be playing next week in the Kent Cup, They got drawn against us, and the draw was made 3-4 weeks ago. The minute they saw they were drawn against us, they cancelled the game.
Oh my God!
They failed out of the competition. They have to pay to enter this competition as well. So that one,
you need to be in another league.
That's mind blowing. I mean, I was saying this to Breeze over messages, wasn't I? To Breeze, I think, saying about this. It just blows my mind. Why enter a competition if at the first moment you face some competition, you're going to bail? It's ridiculous.
Oh my God! I want to come and watch you guys play. I need to see this.
Well, we're entered into the London Cup because of when I first came on that first show. I was giving it the big end. And, a few of my teammates are not too happy about that. But off the back of that, Jamal from the London FA invited us to participate. So we've jumped to that because we need to be playing better caliber teams. Just today, another team from our league has folded. Yeah, the season's one game in and they folded.
Why? What, finances or just?
I don't know. But the hope is that maybe then some of their players might. Well, our division now is 5 teams.
Really?
Ridiculous. It's tiny, isn't it? But there's 2 other divisions below us, and both of those have got 10 and maybe 12, but they won't even them out because the quality, the gap is too big. Okay. And this is it. They have teams that are like, we don't want to play and get hammered 20-0. And do you know what? We don't want to play teams and hammer them 20-0 either. It's not actually fun. It gets boring.
Yeah. So would you be prepared to travel, let's say, an hour and 20 for an away game to actually face better competition week in, week out?
Oh, week in, week out. That's the big one. No, because we wouldn't. This is with the vets football. For me in particular, one of the major positives of it, it's not every week. So one, my body probably couldn't handle anymore playing every week. 2, I've got 3 sons. I'm married, and my wife was a football widow when I was playing a much better level, playing Saturdays, Sundays. It was gone all weekend. That was it. When our first boy came along, that's when it all started to change. So I'm not the only footballer where that's happened, and I won't be the last. And so playing every other week, with every now and then you might play a few on the bounce, but that keeps her happy. It gives me time to play with my, to be with my family. And there is another Kent Vets League. It's called, I think, Kent County Vets. Arguably better standard, but it is already more travelling. And we didn't want to enter it because of exactly that, for the travelling aspect. So long answer short, no to Breeze. Not every week, but more than happy to do so for the London Cup, because obviously it's not going to be every week, is it?
Yeah, very true. And talking about the London Cup, I'm just going to send Jamal a link because we are going to be talking about the London Cup in this segment of the show. Because I am actually sponsoring the London Cup, and they're vets. And hey, it's a competition that Charcoal entered for the first time last season and got to the final. West Fulham won it. Independent got to the quarterfinal, got beat by West London All Stars. I think it was 4-2. So again, like these like teams have ex-pros. Like we played against DJ Campbell. They did, they are really, really high standard, and like the pitches are nice, and it's a, again, no matter what age, I've like just turned 40, so but like the competition for me, like that will never die. And Owen, exactly like you, I don't think my body can really go full out for 90 minutes, but in my head, I want to break your legs.
Oh my God, he's got cave rage again. Come on. It's going to be Herne Bay Vets against the Breeze. I want to see this.
You know what I mean? It's that competition, isn't it? You know, like it never dies. And you know, people think, oh, you know, once you kind of get to a certain age, you know, you gotta relax, you gotta do knitting, you have to, you know, go, you know, like you gotta wear your leather jacket and ride a bike. No, you know, like I still want to play like football, like, you know, literally I've like still got an urge. I still think I'm very competitive. I still think I'm pretty decent. And like I know that there's other teams that feel exactly the same. So literally, why not compete at the highest level and see who comes out on like top? And you know, like the London Vets, you know, Cup is going to be very, very interesting this season. 100%. 100%.
Did you find out about that team I told you we were playing? Old Apes, was it, or something?
Is it? You know what? No, I haven't actually. Actually, hey, you know what? We have the main guy. Actually, let me add Jamal on. Jamal Horn, how you doing, sir?
Jamal.
Good evening. How we doing? Good evening.
Hi, Jamal.
Hi.
We are all good. We are all good. So, actually, Jamal, you know, could you just tell everyone out there exactly who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Jamal Horn. Work for London FA, deliver all of the referee courses, and run all of the London Cup competitions from under 12s all the way up to the pros.
Busy guy. Busy.
Wow.
Busy is an understatement right now. Just a lot of traveling. This past week, had to provide referees for the Premier League's on the 9 or 10 tournament in Loughborough. So a lot of traveling and just got back.
Wow.
Had the referee fitness test this morning as well. So a lot of action. And now I have to go in next week and get some of the rest of the draws complete for the other competitions. We are running 30 London Cup competitions this season. And it's great to introduce the Girls' Cups as well. So we're having Girls' Cups for the first time this decade and looking forward to it. And all these competitions, doing my best to make sure they're excellently run. And all these competitions are special. But there's just something about the Vets Cup. That adds that extra edge. For me, I just think refereeing Vets has always been an interesting fact. Watching Vets has always been interesting. Something about there is that extra edge, and then on top of that, for the major competitions, you do have some ex-professional players, some ex-semi-professional players playing. And then you have some grassroots players, some players who haven't played at that level, but probably could have. And it's a great opportunity for them to sort of really sort of compare what level they're at now. But I'm not just saying that because it's on the show, but there is something extra special about the Vets. So shout out to Tabrice, shout out to Barry, shout out to Laura as well. I haven't met her yet, and shout out to Owain. We've been in contact getting Herne Bay into the competition, even though they're about 75 miles outside of the scope. But that doesn't matter. We don't discriminate. So yeah, we're good.
and I know, you know, I'm gonna ask you because again, this is not BT Sky Sports. Who are the teams should we be looking out for? Like, who are the teams that you think could be thereabouts?
I think there are. This competition isn't too different from the London Senior Cup or from the London Sunday Challenge Cup. I think, with the greatest respect, there are some other competitions, even in some of the youth competitions, there are only realistically sort of 3 or 4 sides that can actually win it. There'll be another 5 or 6 sides that can be competitive and based on the draw, a bit of luck, you know, referee decision, whatever. They can have a bit of a cup run. But the London Senior Cup, the Sunday Challenge Cup, and the Vets Cup are competitions where literally there are 10, 15 teams who are capable of winning. Obviously, you need a bit of luck. Having a cup run requires a lot of luck. The draw you get, which players you have available, how many home draws you get, you know, the quality of the pitches if you're drawn away, you know, has a lot of factors. You know, you're going to have to win 5 matches in a row, plus winning the final. You know, this isn't a league. You can't lose a couple of matches and sort of regain your form and win the league. It's not a league; it's a cup. You know, 1 loss in your home. And everyone knows that, but it seems as if you always got to remind people. So to answer your question, the 10, 15 teams, I think people will try to act like, Herne Bay have this formidable record, but it's in Kent. Maybe the competition is that high. People will still have both eyes on them because it's about the winning mentality. The competition can matter, but a lot of teams can go into competitions that aren't as strong and still not win with a perfect record or unbeaten. Or so people will still have an eye on Herne Bay. You can't overlook the Charcoal. You can't overlook the Holders, West Fulham. You can't overlook Independent. You can't look over Jamrock. We're going to be here all night. We're going to be here all night. There's a lot of capable teams out there, and then that's if all the teams stayed exactly the same as last season. A lot of teams are doing some cheeky transfers. There's a couple of new teams will come out of nowhere. So, there's a lot of teams. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on the Vets Cup. It's a coin toss.
And talking about teams in general, have you kind of seen an influx of new teams coming in? Have you seen an influx of teams now recording games? We also had a referee on last week, Demetrius, I believe. He's a new referee. Is there an influx of referees? I mean, what's your whole, opinion about that, the whole grassroots game?
No, but we're dealing with a very difficult period nationally, but especially in London. I think I've been speaking about it in the office, thinking I don't actually think we have a referee shortage in London anymore. I think there are actually just too many games. There is a difference. I know people say, "Oh, well, that's a technicality." Okay, that's nice, but I'm just saying, we seem to have a lot of referees available. This is a lot of football being played in London. Just a lot of football, and irrespective of that, yeah, cool games are going uncovered without referees, but I'm working on that. We have several referee courses set up over the next few weeks. Plus, I'm looking in getting more people in from social media to get in and run and get on some referee courses and actually start refereeing. But just like COVID, we're gonna have to get through this issue together. In regards to the Vets Cup, last season we had 51 teams enter. This season we have 56 teams enter. And there has been a few teams who have been newly sort of created. So it'll be interesting to see how they do.
And from the panelists, if you've got any questions to ask Jamal, please feel free.
Can I just ask something?
You cool?
Jamal, have you? I think Barry, you know this guy Ben Williamson, don't you? Who's got yesref.com. Have you heard of the business called yesref.com?
Yes.
Oh, okay. we can move on then. Thank you.
It's fine. We're having this conversation. I'm an accountant by trade. I'm also an economist. So understanding whenever there is a shortage of anything in the world, there will be people and organizations set up to help supply that shortage. And it doesn't really matter what it is, kitchen towels, footballs, and now even referees. The problem with this is there are companies out there who aren't able to help with the shortage of supply of referees. There are only a certain amount of referees. Are you creating new referees? No, you're not. So what are you doing? You're just reallocating what there currently is. And then you're charging teams for that, when technically teams are already being charged from the competitions that they're in. So when you pay a league registration fee or a competition registration fee, Owen will know you've paid to enter the London Cup. Part of that fee is for the provision of referee services. Okay, so you're paying for something twice. Yes, okay, cool. You're probably paying for another organization to assist with you securing match officials, but you're still paying for it twice. Okay, so that for me is causing an issue. And then on top of that, these companies are unable structurally, unless they make some changes or get some inside help, they're unable to verify if the referee is even qualified, if the referee is even registered for the current season, if the referee is suspended, if the referee even has any of the necessary safeguarding qualifications. And then on top of that, they have absolutely no idea of the referee's quality, form, or experience. So I understand that they're trying to do something positive. Let's not make it seem as if they're selling something unethical or, they're involved in anything that is immoral or illegal. They're not. Okay, hey, they're trying to help teams get match officials. What's wrong with that? However, unless they were somehow qualifying referees, but they don't have the structure or the right to do so, they think they're helping a situation. They're not. They're actually making it worse. And then on top of that, they're trying to profit of it. So that's a whole show in its own.
So we'll stick with yes. Jamal, if you don't like jokes aside, obviously that's all valid points. I don't know his business model inside out. I don't know if you do, Barry, but I will give him this feedback actually, those points you've just said, and then if he feels that he can address what you've just said, that major point is actually about he's not creating refs. He's just, what I understand, his is an app which advertises refs and enables swift payment of refs. So it's a cashless system. I think pretty much that's the concept of it. But yeah, you're right. It's not creating refs.
Not helping. If it was a situation where it's not a sustainable model, as far as I can see, it's not a sustainable model. I'll be running, I think, 6 or 7 referee courses over the next few weeks. The whole entire point of that is to ensure that London Cup competitions and London competitions are supplied with officials. Now, the problem is with London and so many counties surrounding London, a company like the company you mentioned could be getting these referees who've taken London courses and taken them to officiate competitions that probably aren't even sanctioned, for one. And then the ones that are, there could be competitions that are in Middlesex, Kent, Hertfordshire, Essex, and that isn't what we run courses for. We run courses to ensure that London competitions are covered. And this feedback has already been provided. For some reason, they want to push forward. I can't see how that business model will work. I can't see. It doesn't mean it won't. I said I can't see. But there's a referee shortage. You're only reallocating. You're creating a middleman where one isn't needed. And you're monetizing a middleman where in refereeing, the referee appointments officers have never been monetized. So I can't see how monetizing something is going to assist in any way. You're charging the clubs more. These aren't big fees, but you're charging the clubs more and the referee is getting paid less technically. So I can't see how that's going to work, but best wishes. You're going to need it. I can keep going. Refereeing. I'll be doing a lot more. Obviously, time is of the essence, but I'll be doing a lot more to really sort of highlight the benefits of refereeing for people of all ages, especially those who are younger, because money is a massive draw towards it, and there's money in both ways. Short-term money, where getting paid for your matches, and then increasing your earning potential, because having refereeing on your CV is massive. It's a great career builder. What do organizations always ask for? Oh, give us examples of your experience. Give us an example of you dealing in a highly pressurized environment. Give us an example of you working in a team. Give us an example of you overcoming a challenge. If that isn't refereeing, I don't know what is. And people want to talk about abuse. People want to talk about referee assaults. Say that's the number one reason for people not getting involved. I think the main reason, the number one reason isn't referee abuse, even though referee abuse is highly up there. I think it's just referee preference. What's people's first football preference? Football preference is to play. Every coach, every agent, every scout, every physio, everyone, you speak to them. Oh, when I was 6 years old. Oh, when I was 8 years old, I wanted to be a baller. Oh, if it wasn't for my knee. Oh, if it wasn't for my dad. Oh, if it wasn't for my hamstring. I was at Arsenal. I was at Arsenal, but I got released when I was 11. And, but boy, being a scout is the next best thing. Being a coach is the next best thing. Being a ref is the next best thing. So it's referee, it's manage, it's coach, it's scout. It's playing, it's coaching, it's managing, it's scouting, maybe physio, refereeing at the bottom of that or near the bottom of that. Then you have to take in the abuse. Then you got to take in refereeing between November and February, which isn't glamorous, which can be difficult. The wind, the rain, the cold, but it's more about letting people know, hey, refereeing can turn your life around. Refereeing can really add things to you that you haven't even thought of. It really can. And then on top of that, think about the money. So many coaches out there. Out there taking on the nets, getting shouted at by parents. Why didn't my son play? Oh, these coaches, they're doing it for nothing. Referees may get a bit of pressure, may get a bit of stick for the 60 minutes to 70 minutes to 80 minutes to 90 minutes. But once the game is done, you go to the bus stop, you go to your car, and it's over. The coaches are constantly getting that difficulty. Why aren't the players coming through? Why aren't the players developing? Why isn't the playing time being equaled out? referees don't have to do that level of difficulty. Referees don't have a lot of take-home work. Refereeing is much more glamorous than the other tribes of within football, including even playing. But that's just my opinion,
Wow.
But,
Okay. Oh, I mean, Jamal, how many times have I DM'd you saying when is this referee course? Because again, I would actually love to go on it. 100%. It'll like just be another string to my bow, and 100%. It's anything between how much is it? 45 to 60 quid, depending on the level.
Well, economically, when there's a shortage of labor, the wage rate goes up. So, when I started refereeing in 2009, the sort of average payment was about £28. And now the average pay is about £45. And a lot of clubs, a lot of leagues, a lot of organizations are paying more and more and more. I think by the start of next season, the average pay for a ref will be a £50 match for a 90-minute, £50 for a 90-minute match. And then that will be the average. There'll be some competitions that pay more. And that's where it's going. So, and on top of that, we do have referees. This last weekend, we've had referees who've qualified within the last year, who've had to referee EFL under 18 matches, and usually you have to be in the top 8% of referees in the country to officiate those matches. That's how serious the referee shortage is. So even if sort of short-term pocket money isn't attractive enough for you, refereeing is a huge career opportunity. This could be your career. There's a shortage of referees at every level, including the Premier League. So it is something that a lot of people are good at refereeing and don't even know it yet. They don't even know it yet. I was watching the SC Dons game last week. There was an Asian chap to my left, and some of the things that he was saying, the way he was criticizing the referee, the way he was speaking about the match, I said, "You're a good referee already. You don't even know it." "Oh no! Oh, do you know what? Yeah, oh, man can't ref. I said, "Yes, you can. You're selling yourself short. I don't know what you're doing. You're here watching the game for free. You could be officiating this match and adding value to this match and getting paid for it." And he's around his boys like, no, I can't do that. Do you get me? I can't do that. I'm leaving now. My dad are walking back to the car. He chases me down away from his boys. "Oh, can I take your number?" So I think we need to be doing more ourselves to be highlighting the recruitment, recording these courses, letting people know how fun, how engaging, how interactive it is, and then get them in, get them qualified, and get them in so they can referee Independent versus Herne Bay Vets, So,
which of course Independent will smash Herne Bay 5-0.
Every single play.
Oh God!
We'll see if we both get through the first round. We'll see if Jamal can wizard it and make it happen. Yeah.
The first round draw is already completed. So.
Oh really? So the first round draw is actually on the website?
No, it hasn't been released yet. It'll be released tomorrow. I haven't released it.
Could have been breaking news.
I know we need breaking news, man.
We need a breaking news feature. That's what we need.
I can name out the draw right now if you wish. I have the draw right here.
Okay. So could you give us Herne Bay? Could you give us Charcoal? Could you give us Independent? Could you give us Santos? And
that's the whole draw. I must have said the whole draw.
Okay, go on then.
I'll go for the whole draw.
Go on then.
I'll go through it quickly. So we have 56 teams entering. That means we'll have a round of 64, and there'll be 8 buys. So Jamrock Vets step up, been given a bye. So first match will be Ballon versus Hillingdon. Next match will be SP Athletic versus Crayford Arrows. Next match will be Sporting Santos. Sporting Santos will be at home to Mayfair. Mayfair, a very legendary club. I don't know what sort of team they have now, but yeah, the next will be Hale End versus West London Casuals. Redbridge versus London Tigers. London Tigers got to the semi-finals last season. Catford Wanderers versus Groundhoppers. Shebu Star Vets versus Wapping. Rustlers versus FC Kouya. Chigwellians versus Blackheath Wanderers. Herne Bay have been drawn away to a club called Old Peppies. I'm unfamiliar with them, but Herne Bay have been drawn away to Old Peppies. Slade Green versus Long Lane. Crayford Arrows versus Prometheans. Ricelet Vets versus Summers Athletic. Sporting Kits versus Asiru. Big game will be Norwood Lakers versus London South United Vets A.
Woo! Oh, that's a big game. That is a big game. That's a big game.
Another big game.
Isn't that who the Charcoal are playing on Saturday?
Yes.
London
I
South.
believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another big game will be the 2020 finalists, Johnson and Phillips. They've been drawn at home to Independent.
You're kidding me.
Oh,
You're kidding me.
They lost recently, though, Bruce. So don't worry.
Oh, they lost. So okay.
They lost 2-0.
they got a unit striker. He's massive, this striker, isn't he? A big guy. You're centre back.
Just mention the draw. The scouting report has already started. We have West Fulham, Charcoal and West Fulham by right as finalists get.
Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on. So Paul Barrett, who's a part of the management team at Independent, says you're joking.
When is that match? When's your?
Yeah. So
that will be on the Saturday, the 9th of October.
Okay, that's about 3 weeks from now, isn't it?
We got time to prepare. I don't know what sort of team they'll have out. Obviously, they got to the final. They got beat by some very classy professionals, Interwood. So I'm being threatened. You know, I just Laura, you see what I have to do with. I'm just doing my job. I get threatened. You know.
I'm just amazed at all the things you're throwing out. Keep going. It's brilliant.
Because, you know, I'm going to wake up with
protect you. Don't worry.
envelope tomorrow with bullets in it and everything, but it's fine. Any other cracking ties? Turkish Masters against Ching Sports, Black Lions versus Battersea Boys, Aline Own Boys versus Enfield Borough Vets. I'd expect that to be good. Lambeth All Stars versus William Fit. Continental have drawn Interwood. Interwood are the winners from 2020. And then the last match it will be Sporting Bengal versus Jamrock Vets. And then Tansley, Livingston, the other Jamrock Vets, the other FC Shebu and Rayners Lane all have been awarded buys.
So what about West Fulham?
West Fulham and the Charcoal as finalists automatically get a bye to the round of 32. So,
okay.
What about Glebe? Didn't they Glebe in there?
I'll double check. As far as I know, Glebe hasn't entered. Glebe hasn't entered.
Really? Who did you say Charcoal had been drawn against?
Charcoal have a bye to the next round.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll check the system quickly. Whenever people ask me if a team have entered, almost as if like they expect them to be entered. Sometimes it could be a system error. Sometimes it could be an error for myself or any of my colleagues. So I'll check Glebe's affiliation to see if they've ticked it, but I don't have them on the list. So we'll see. I'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay. No. Thank you for that. And
breaking news to Bruce.
Yeah, I know.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, I know. Paul Barrett is. I can imagine that the WhatsApp messages are going to go absolutely crazy.
I think he's freaking out by the looks of it.
But I mean, again, like it's exactly what you said, Jamal. Like there's about probably half a dozen, if not a little bit more, of the teams that can actually win the cup. So so I'm going to be really, really, really interesting.
It's always interesting when you have a competition where around a dozen teams can win. It's always interesting when two of those potential favorites meet each other in the early rounds, and there's about 3 of those matches. So that instantly increases another team's chance of getting a bit further than the competition. So we'll see.
Okay, and regarding the influx of, let's say, social media and the YouTube teams, have you kind of come across any like teams that we should be watching out for?
I don't think any more Vets teams have popped up out of nowhere in terms of on social media. Obviously, so many teams are in social media at sort of open age level, but I don't think any new sort of Vets teams have popped up on the radar. But that can change. That can change very quickly.
Okay. Cool. Laura, have you got any questions for Jamal?
I haven't. I'm just taking this all in. It's just amazing. I love it. I'm just a bit weak, really, aren't I? I really am.
I mean, I think people don't actually realize, like, people like yourself, Laura, Owen, Barry, and like Jamal, like they do so much for like kind of grassroots football. Like people that like the people that just watch, you know, on the kind of side of the park or whatever, just don't realize how much effort goes in. And again, Jamal has crazy amounts of information and knowledge. Owen has crazy amounts of knowledge as well. Yourself, Laura, and Barry, like this is like a kind of you know, I'd say almost like a hub for kind of grassroots football, and you know, literally to like network and to literally like educate more, because you know, again, there's kind of certain things that I just don't know, and it's as I said before, it's a kind of growing industry. Do you want to call it industry market? It's a kind of growing sector.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I say that's the right word. I would say that's the right word. Yeah.
You know, there's you know, Jamal, I don't know if you caught me when I said, you know, there's like going to be a lot more sponsorships now. There's going to be like a lot more partnerships from Open Age to we had hashtag under 14 girls that were on literally talking about how to get sponsorship and, you know, partnerships, and Owen came on and literally explained exactly what like he like does with kind of his business partners. And again, this is kind of knowledge that people just do not know. And this is, you know, again, this is kind of information that people need to know, and literally people want to share as well. So there's I'm going to be, you know, again, like I can't wait until things really settle down after COVID, and hopefully we can get a full season. Hopefully we can get a full season this season. I think, you know,
I think you will. I think you will.
Well, yeah, we have to wait for Prime Minister's announcement on Tuesday for the winter roadmap, but we'll see how that goes.
It'll just be about travelling abroad, I reckon, of some nonsense.
Well, we have been warned to expect an interrupted season of some sort.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
We said we're not on a stage now to expect an uninterrupted season until next season. But the issue is with that is we've been sort of promised by Prime Minister that there wouldn't be any more sort of lockdowns or tiered systems. So I think that the new phrase now is circuit breaker. So apparently there'll be a circuit breaker during in a 2-week period in October. Now the reality is if we do have a 2-week lockdown, and let's just say grassroots sport isn't included in that, but even if it is, football can last. We can survive a 2-week break. It's multiple 4-week breaks or a 12 to 16-week break where we're going to struggle, and all of us will be fighting for pitches again. All of us will be fighting over competitions again, and I really hope it doesn't get to that stage. But for the most part, it doesn't really matter. Everyone has matches this upcoming week, and we have to prepare for that.
I know on a previous show, Jamal, you said something that wasn't, well, yeah, you know, I would say it was very controversial. You said grassroots league football is dying, and literally, I don't think you said it in a way where, you know, it's just going to disappear, but you know, you like thought of different ways to literally get other teams to compete with each other. Can you remember that conversation?
All I would say in regards to the principles behind those comments was a lot of people are doing things a certain way because they've always been done that way. You know, all I'm saying is there could be more engaging ways to find out. The whole entire point of a league table is to find out who the best team is. The issue is if you put 10 teams in there, you probably only have 1 or 2 teams who can realistically win the title. Now, if you are in something like the Premier League, which you say, oh, one of the best leagues in the world. But why? Well, because it is so structured. You have relegation. 3 spaces go down. That means between 7 or 8 teams are trying to avoid being in those 3. That's great. Then you're looking at, you have European competitions. You have about another 7 or 8 teams competing, whether or not they're going to be in the Europa League or fighting for relegation. Then you have the teams fighting for the title. There's every set of team are all fighting for everything. You now come to a grassroots league, and there are 10 teams. Only 2 teams can win the title. So team 10, team 9, why are you in the league? So team 1 can beat you twice. That's the only reason you're in the league. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're doing it for mental health. We're doing it for exercise. We're doing it to get you out the house. Fine. Then we have to say that's what it is. We're having these competitions to combat obesity, to improve mental health, to get people out of the house and active. That's what it is. Don't call it a competition then, because it isn't a competition. Only one or two teams can win it, and that's why sort of people are kind of drawn more towards competitions. There are some excellent leagues out there. Barnet Sunday League's an excellent league. Wilton Elton League's an excellent league. Southern Sunday, Leatherhead District. I can go on and on and on. These leagues are growing. They're expanding. They're doing things in a great fashion. They're engaging with their teams. They're engaging with their club. They're engaging with the referees, and they're creating special things. All I'm saying is follow those models. But if you are creating a new competition, don't think that you've got to stuff a bunch of teams in the league. Everyone plays each other twice, home and away, because have to do that because home advantage is such a big deal. You know, when Herne Bay goes to Margate, they get a massive home advantage. Don't they? Come on, this is grassroots, okay? This isn't going to Galatasaray in 2005 when you walk into red flares and big signs saying "Welcome to hell." You know, you're going 2 miles down the road from Barking to Ilford. Does everyone have to play each other home and away? Does everyone have to play each other twice? Especially when you're dealing with poor facilities, with unstable weather conditions. We are having climate change issues where we're seeing clear effects that the way we are living are affecting the planet. And then we have this thing called COVID, where we might have circuit breakers, where we might have tiered systems, we might have lockdowns. If we're dealing with all those challenges, are there other ways where we can determine a winner of a competition other than stuffing teams in the league? I'm not saying scrap league football. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, what can we do to change it? Some leagues have made some changes. They made the division smaller. Some have put in either more relegation places. Some leagues have started their leagues earlier. That's what we need. Some sort of change to sort of combat all of the challenges that are sort of heaping on grassroots football.
Cool.
Well, I've got a question. What do you think of JPL, Junior Premier League?
Yeah, I think JPL is very similar to what I was speaking about. Just trying something different, something that's very common in other countries. I've lived in 4 different countries. Very, very common. When you
sorry. Can I just interrupt? I don't know what JPL is.
Oh, sorry. The Junior Premier League is an FA affiliated youth competition. Usually, leagues are sanctioned by a county football association. So, for instance, like the Southern Sunday League will be sanctioned to London FA because that's where majority of their clubs are. The Junior Premier League is a national competition that's regionalized and is there to target the elite grassroots youth players from up and down the country and get them playing the best. You know, so but because this regionalized and there aren't too many clubs from each individual county, they affiliate to the national FA. So the benefit of that, you are designed to be playing the elite Saturday youth footballers in your respective age group. What you have to do so is you have to travel a bit more, and they're challenging things like central venue locations where you get all of the teams playing at one venue for mini soccer and for the 9-a-side, 7-a-side, and then having majority of the matches on 3G services or on facilities above a certain grading. So once again, I don't care if the league fails and in 3-4 years folds. They've tried to change something. They've tried to change something of the fabric of sort of English football, and then it goes from there. But in my opinion, people want to call England the home of football. I agree with that when it comes to non-league. This has to be one of the best semi-professional structures on the planet. And then in terms of professional football, especially the Premier League, England is definitely the home of football. The way things are done, it is excellent, especially unique competitions like the Premier League and the FA Cup. When it comes to grassroots football, not to say that anyone has said it, England wouldn't be the home of football, in my opinion. It can't be. The standard of the facilities, in other countries, you cannot build a pitch without lights. When I moved to this country, driving, seeing pitches everywhere, no floodlights to be seen. And then single day football. Sunday, oh, it rains. You can't play till next Sunday? What? Because there's a lot of different cultures. It's a melting pot in England. When we move here and we see that, we're like, excuse me? That doesn't make any sense. And then COVID has highlighted that. the standard of facilities have highlighted that. Referee shortage highlighted that. Why is there a referee shortage? Because 85% of the matches play at Sunday at 10:30. If you spread out the kickoff times, one ref can referee 3 matches, you know? So it's only now some forward-thinking people are now starting to make certain changes, and things will definitely improve over the next 5 to 10 years. But a lot of countries have caught up out of nowhere. Since when are Belgium world beaters? You know, they invested 12 years ago. People go to Belgium now. There's 3G pitch on every corner. Now you have Lukaku, De Bruyne, Hazard. That's what you get when you improve facilities. People want about Spain being perennial winners. When I was little, Spain were underachievers. You know, what did they do? They invested in the facilities. They invested in coaching. You know, so England will get there. It's just going to take some time.
Okay. Jamal, thank you for coming on. I know that you're a very, very, very busy guy. And again, where can people find you? Please put out your contact details.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, jamal.horn.referee. You can find me on Facebook, Jamal Horn. You can also find me on Twitter at Jamal Ref.
Great stuff. Thank you for spending half an hour with us. Thank you so much. We will see you next year.
Paul's still angry at me. But anyway. It's all good. Have a good evening, everyone. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, yeah. You know what? Jamal. So literally, the first time I got in contact with Jamal was through the first lockdown. He DM'd me, said, and it was like, hey, I've seen your channel. I love what you do. We should meet up. I'm like, cool, yeah, So literally, I met him up. So literally, I met him, and then he started speaking. I'm like, you're American? He's like, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. And I was like, all right, yeah, hey, of course, everyone has this perception that Americans don't know nothing about football. Cool. But again, the more I spoke to him, I'm like, oh my gosh, he knows more than me. When it's it's like he really knows the game. Not only the game, he kind of knows the English game, he knows the players, he knows the system. He is the real deal. Very, very hard working. Again, he literally got me into places where I couldn't even dream of kind of getting. Of course, I was a sponsor of the London Cup last season, which just helped the channel immensely. Now I'm the sponsor of the Vets Cup because, Tabriz, you seem to be a great advocate for Vets football. 100%. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I can kind of deal with the Vets. So yeah, honestly, big shout out to Jamal, who is also part of the show, but I know that he's really, really busy. So hence the reason why he only came on for half an hour ish. So thank you, Jamal. Thank you, Jamal. Actually, Owen, what team do you support?
Manchester United. You can hear this obvious Manchester accent that I don't have, yeah? I've been to OT plenty of times. I'm not one of those. I've taken my sons, not all of them. I need to take the baby up there, but I've been there plenty of times, yeah.
Why Manchester United?
They were the first team I ever saw play football on the telly.
So many people say this to me.
Yeah, that was how I got hooked. It was the 19, and okay, I can rightfully be accused of being a glory hunter when I say this. It was the 91 Super Cup final when we beat Barcelona. Mark Hughes scored twice, and I remember watching it. And his second goal was unbelievable. And I was just starting to get into football then, so I was like 9, and I was just starting. It was just getting on my radar. And I watched it at home with my dad, and I was mesmerised, and went from there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting a bit of stick there.
You're getting a lot of stick there. Owen, what do you think about Ronaldo's return?
I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Yeah, of course, it's great. Yeah, there was a clip yesterday when they were showing the game, and you could see Ferguson And I was just trying to think in his head, it just must be an absolute dream for him that, you know, he brought Ronaldo there, and obviously all this past history, everyone's well known. And now it's come full round again, full circle again. And he's back with the potential to, you know, if he helps us win either the league or the Champions League in this next 2 seasons, then personally, I will change my mind from Zidane being the GOAT to Ronaldo.
Wow, okay.
But yeah, so yeah, very happy about it. I think the whole league's happy, yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
It's great to have him back, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. I can't. I can't believe it. I really can't.
So, Reece, you're biting your tongue there, aren't you?
He's Liverpool's fan, Owen. He's Liverpool.
Yeah, it's Liverpool. Yeah.
You know what?
Why are you Liverpool, Tabriz?
Because that's the first game I saw. It was a Crystal Palace. I was actually at the Crystal Palace end.
You didn't fancy Palace then?
You know what? No, I literally love the Liverpool candy kit. So it was it was a grey. It was a grey candy kit which literally did it for me. But you know, I mean, with the United thing, yeah, Ronaldo and whatnot, and you know, he is a role model.
They're going to win it. I've got to be honest.
But also as well, I don't know. In the kind of back of my mind, I'm thinking he must be on at least half $500,000 a week plus sponsorship and whatnot. You know, there's going to be an academy player that was on the verge of getting into that United team that now has been pushed back. You know,
oh God!
It's true. I mean, you know, we should be giving these that type of players at least a looking. And yes, you know, Ronaldo is a different animal, 100%. But you know, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you know, if I was an academy player playing in that position, I just think, you know what? What's the point me being here? Because they're just gonna buy the best players when they're available. You know, what's the point?
Yeah, but we had this conversation last week, didn't we? You can't just give up. Anything could happen. Something could happen to him off the pitch, and then you never know what's round the corner with anything. So you can't carry on like that. Was there'd be no one bothering to play? Yeah, because
you might as well be like that team Ramsgate who bailed against playing us. It's that kind of attitude, though, isn't it?
Was it Ramsgate?
Yeah, Ramsgate. Yeah, they were the team who were meant to play us in the Kent Cup.
But, I'm really surprised at that. You wait till I speak to Matt. I tell you, I'm surprised at that.
Oh,
give him a ribbon.
Hold on. He's like Liverpool because he's done the line with. Listen, absolute cheek. So anyway, you know what? This is a valid question. Does Ronaldo scare defenders like Virgil?
Yeah, I think he would have scared Newcastle, definitely.
Yeah,
but scare me.
You know what? But there's Newcastle, and again, I think don't forget Ronaldo's not played in a Premiership for 12 years now. So
it don't matter.
It does.
It's Ronaldo. It doesn't matter. It's just his name and his presence is intimidating. If I was Newcastle, I would be gutted to find out that he was playing against us.
I'd love to have seen Ronaldo against Vinnie Jones. That'd been perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd agree with Laura. The Newcastle defenders, probably, quaking. Paul raises a good question there. Yeah, I don't think the likes of Virgil van Dijk are going to be quaking, but of course they will have respect and they know that they'll need to be concentrating the whole game because he's clearly still got it. That a moment's lapse in concentration, he'll show you. He's the boss. And yes, he's not the same player. He doesn't play the same way. He hasn't played the same way for at least 5 years, if not longer. He's adapted his game. Giggs did something very similar, didn't he? Adapted his game, started playing a different position.
Yeah.
But Ronaldo's it's just the physical attributes. He showed yesterday he's still got electric pace.
Yeah.
That second goal, they showed it, didn't they? Match of the day, his acceleration. And
I wonder
it's
how long it's going to last, though.
yeah.
This
Well,
is
we've got in
the
2 years. If 2 years, you know, if we get something great out of that, that's fantastic. It was you're right, Therese, about a guy missing out. The existing first teamers could be thinking the same, but the flip side of that is you can't turn down a chance to get Ronaldo back. You just can't. And then what else is he bringing? Okay, him coming might be expense of one guy, but if he helps lift 6 or 7 more by developing them, that's obviously
That's football for you, isn't it? It's very cutthroat. You've got to be made of tough stuff to get up to that league, really. Otherwise, don't bother. So, that's just part of it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Ronaldo's got a different type of aura. I don't know what it is. He is.
He's just not normal.
But again, hey, like against Newcastle, that's one thing. Let's see how he deals with
Lukaku,
with Chelsea, Lukaku, with Burnley. People are
Burnley's the one.
Burnley's the one, because again,
on a Tuesday night in the rain.
100%. Everton, we're talking about teams that really don't give an absolute monkeys about who
they're playing tomorrow, aren't they? Everton and Burnley. Tomorrow.
I mean, again, that's that is going to be a very, very, very physical battle. But hey, is it kind of good for the league in COVID season? I don't know. But hey, Ronaldo will do exactly what he needs to do.
He's doing his controversial thing again, isn't he? We're going to have a tear up like last week. I can say have you asked Owen that question that you put to us last week?
Oh God, no!
What as in what? Okay. What as in? Well, Sir Alex and
Are you
Pep.
ready for this?
All right. Sir Alex or Pep, Owen?
Who's?
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's a no-brainer.
No, listen, I know it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Sir Alex, yeah.
Oh, God.
Why?
Why? Just because of the consistency. The consistency he made Man United, and there were plenty of squads there he had where you'd look at them on paper and there would only be 2 or 3 superstars, where the rest were good players, sure, but that was one of his known strengths, wasn't it? Is getting the good player to somehow be a lion, to turn into something to find something that they didn't really have in them somehow, but he used to get that out from him. And he just did it for so many years. Yeah, it's a great question. Pep is coming close because, the beautiful football, the style of football he introduced. But he did have a lot more superstars at his disposition, Pep did. And so different.
That's exactly what the outcome was last week. But look at Tabrice. He wants to explode. Look. Go on.
All I'm saying, and again, I'm not knocking Sir Alex. That's why I'm calling him Sir Alex. I'm not calling him by, I've got to give him the respect. Sir Alex. Great little fella. What it is. He wasn't a coach. He was a father figure. When Ronaldo said it, Beckham said it. He was more of a father figure. There were people behind him that were coaching. Pep is a manager and coach. Pep made players better. Yes, Pep had, I'd say, the superstars, but managing 6, 7, 8 superstars and still getting them to play a certain way and winning week in, week out. You know what? You've got to be some type of character. Again, and also Pep's done it across Europe at this present moment in time. Ferguson was very comfortable at United. Fair play. Was it 28 years or something? That's fair play. But
how long he was there? Really?
He was there for a long time. He was so and again, Pep is always kind of changing football. He's first of all, it was Wenger. Now it's literally, everything that's new. People are looking at Pep in terms of what is Pep doing? And again, everyone was playing that quote unquote tiki-taka football because of, well, not because of Pep, but of course it was Johan Cruyff. But again, Pep took it into the new age. It's got to be Pep, man. Come on. I mean,
I can see it's a tough question, and I respect your viewpoint on it.
Wow. Well, that is not what happened last week, is it, Gary? Oh my God. I had a headache.
Was there a lot of men wanting to make sure that everybody else bowed to their opinion?
The got ripped to pieces.
I mean,
You stood your own though.
Yeah, I listen, and again, I literally respect everyone that kind of comes onto the show because, of course, everyone's kind of got their own opinion. But I just felt it was very vanilla. It was just giving, it was just like that, it was just gonna, I think people just wanted to please the viewers and and just kind of
and then off air.
Honestly,
you should have showed that bit.
It was, but, I mean, hey, you know what? I think it's kind of definitely now highlighted with like Premiership, Ronaldo coming back, and he kind of does look decent in the United shirt, and he kind of does look happy. So hey, you know what? Who are we to complain?
Absolutely.
We're all jealous, really. Let's be honest. We all want Ronaldo.
100%.
Could you imagine if you'd have gone to City?
It would have worked.
No. That Friday,
Can you imagine?
that was an emotional roller coaster. And I imagine all United fans, from the Thursday evening to then,
I couldn't believe it was even considered.
No, this is it. I heard, I've since heard it was never happening. It was somehow fabricated to kind of maybe accelerate the move to United or wind City up in some way. But it doesn't matter. He's with us. It's great. And just look, the league is so competitive. It's looking really good. Shame for your boy today, Tabriz, though, isn't it?
I heard Harvey Elliott. I didn't see it, but was it a break or a dislocation?
Break.
I thought Klopp said it was a dislocation.
I thought it was a break.
Either way, his foot was the wrong way.
It looked off. It was hanging off.
But when the tackle happened, the ref didn't pick up on it straight away at all, did he? He just carried on. I thought, and then you saw him scream out, and obviously, but I was surprised that he didn't. I know they're trying to, I think since the Euros, they're trying to get the game a bit faster, aren't they? To try and get players to stop this rolling around and all that rubbish, to play through it a bit more. But I mean, poor sod, like literally broke his leg or whatever.
I mean, you know what? Like when you can actually break it down, like you can't blame players for jumping over tackles and diving because
it wasn't malicious. It was just one of them things. It just happened.
You can imagine the force again. Like these are professional footballers that train their legs to do certain things, and you can imagine the force and the impact for his leg or his ankle to like do that. No wonder players are jumping over crazy tackles. So it's I mean, I haven't seen it. I don't think I want to see it.
They've said they're not going to show it on the telly. They obviously the live play went out, but then afterwards they wouldn't show it. So it was bad.
No,
but fingers crossed because again, he's a England prospect.
He started well. The boy's mustard. It's a shame for him, but hopefully, where he's young, it's not going to scupper his career. Huh?
No. Yeah. So, do you think if he will be back? Surely, like you said, he's young. How long do you think he'd be out for?
Maybe a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They can take their time with him, though, won't they? They will.
Because of his age.
Yeah, for his age, they should take their time with him. I mean, Luke Shaw was out when he did his leg. He was out for a year, and look where Luke Shaw's come from. He's playing.
And I think there's the Luke Shaw side of it, and then there's the Jack Wilshere side of it, where he was rushed back with like his injuries, and look where he is now. So
that's quite sad, really.
It is. So but no, well wishes to like Harvey Elliott. But you know what, guys? It's been an hour and 45 minutes. Honestly, it's literally flown by. Apologies to anyone that was looking to actually speak to the football agent.
I think who we got on in the end was both brilliant. Honestly,
we got better guests on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Changed. Me and Barry were like, well, we can't talk like this for an hour and what? Please. Asking us about how was our weekend. I mean, we were really scraping the back.
Honestly, Owen, thank you so like much.
Pleasure.
When will you know what charity you're going to have for that match? Sorry, do you know?
Well, I said, Laura, I don't think they're going to nominate. So I don't actually run Sports Business Club. I'm just a member, but I've been a member since pretty much day dot, so quite close to them. But I don't think we're nominating a specific charity. If I've got that wrong, I'll put it out to Breeze ASAP and he can let you all know. But I'm pretty sure it's collecting funds to go into the Sports Business Club when they pick any of the number of charities we've already got signed up. Right. So that's another thing. If anybody's watching, they're part of a charity, sign up to the Sports Business Club. It's free. You get support for your charity. Yeah. It's that black and white.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Owen, Barry, Laura, thank you so much for coming on. Before I go, let me just say it's the Football Content Awards. You know, I don't know
breaking news again.
I don't know when people are going to be watching this, but you've got 2 hours before like voting closes. I can't
retweet it anymore.
No, thank you so much. Honestly, it was absolutely a shock when I even got shortlisted with the 60.
How many of you are in the nominations? Do you know?
I know it was cut from 60 to 8. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
What are you going to do if you win? I think we need to have an amateur footballer event. An outing. I think we should go to this cocktail bar with your wife. Quite interesting. She came in with a cocktail in her hand. It's quite interesting. What?
She's probably got a few cans upstairs that she's drinking away privately.
You need to celebrate if you win.
You know what?
Just put a tweet out. Come on.
You know what? Funny enough,
I'll think of something.
So the person I'm taking with me, I'm actually taking my dad with me. Because I almost lost my dad at the beginning of the year. So literally, of course, like we've like become like a lot closer. And he's like now more interested in terms of what I do. So I was thinking, okay, who that should I bring? And of course, I was thinking of bringing the missus, but the kids and whatnot. And I was looking to bring a few friends. I thought, I'm gonna bring my dad. Yeah, like he may sleep through like some of it because like like it is long. But yeah, I mean, whatever happens, honestly.
Did you have to like go and give a speech do you go up and get an award and stuff?
Yeah. I don't want to think about it because
sorry.
It's whatever
I'm
happens.
So nosy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
after.
Yeah, I will bring my camera and because I can guarantee everyone else, because I think there's a few categories and there's gonna so there's gonna be cameras around and whatnot. So I'm gonna bring my camera. So whatever happens. But again, it's kind of one of those things where I've been kind of doing that this channel now. This is like my 4th year. I started it just to document my own journey and to show like my kids, and it's kind of grown into something like bigger than me, which I'm so grateful about. Owen, Laura, yourself, and Barry, like you guys, I've met you guys on this journey, and like you guys have been so supportive and literally helping me and advising me. Jamal, Paul, Ray, Coach Barry, like there's so many people that have literally kind of come in and said, "You're doing such a grand job." and it's kind of very easy for me just to shy away from it because I'm in it. So literally, I don't see anything. Once the show's done, I will brush my teeth, have a shower, and then go to bed, and then I wake up, and then everything is normal again. Whatever. So like, it's very hard for me to look outside. So kind of getting everyone's support and kind of getting like all of the well-like wishes, it's just amazing. So yeah.
Oh.
See what
and
happens.
That's what you say when you get your award.
I know.
Make sure you mention our names, Barry?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh dear. But honestly, guys, thank you so much. We will be back next week Sunday. And hey, I'm not gonna promise you guests, but what I can promise you is great conversation, great banter. And again, we are here to inspire and educate. So thank you everyone for watching. We will see you next week, Sunday.
I told you.
You know what? I am trying to find the intro. I am trying to the outro. I am trying to stall.
It's time to go, isn't it?
It's time to go.
Good night,
guys. I found it.